Okay, so the chorus is basically an 8-bar phrase, basically separated with 2 different endings. So what I'm going to do is, just like we did before, I'm going to go ahead and play it for you, and then I'll teach it to you. Okay, so the cool thing about this one is it kind of uses a little bit of power chords and a little bit of open chords too as well. So we're going to start with an A power chord open here. Open A string, 2nd fret, and I do a little ghost hit, and then I hit it again. Then I do this little, kind of connection. 3rd fret power chord, C5. And then we go to D. Right? Then I'm going to do a little inflection, and I do D sus4, D, D sus2, back to the D again. All right, so here's this first 4 measures, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. Now, as I said before, the second time when we're doing the last 4 measures has a different ending, and basically that different ending is basically the last 2 measures, the D. You just strum it, and you're just going to hold it for 2 measures. So here's how the last 4 measures are going to sound, and I'll do the whole thing for you. Okay, then you're into the next part. Let me play you all 8 bars real quick once more. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we've learned the chorus. Just like we talked about in the intro, there is another little lick that's played over top of that chorus. Just to let you know, we're gonna, try to include that lick here at the, later on within the passage. I want to kind of keep the flow going with the lesson and kind of keep the song moving, but we will kind of hit that little overdub lick on top of the chorus later on in the lesson. Okay, so the next section of the song is the solo. I like to call it solo number 1. And basically the rhythm underneath that solo is half the length of the verse. So we would go. Okay, from there, then we jump into verse 2, which I said before is the same thing as verse 1. And then out of verse 2, we go to chorus 2, which is the same as chorus 1. And then the next section after that will be solo number 2, which is just basically a lengthier solo number 1, which is going to contain underneath the whole entire verse, the whole entire verse rhythm underneath that solo. So recapping the arrangement real quick, we have the intro, verse 1, chorus 1, solo number 1, which has the verse underneath it, playing underneath for rhythmic purposes. Verse 2, which you already know, chorus 2, which you already know. Then we're to solo number 2, which basically has the full verse underneath it. The next step is to go to the chorus after solo number 2. Now this chorus is going to be double in length, okay, from chorus 1. And we'll have a little different ending. We're going to be doing like a little build up at the very end. So here's how chorus 3 sounds. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you basically know the chorus except for the last little transition, that last two measures, all right? And what I do there is I just keep it within the power chord realm, and we're gonna go, then just move it up 2 frets, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you notice dynamically I raised it up as we went along to that last measure, just really started building up. You know, percentage-wise, if we were to analyze that, it'd probably be like 60% on that first measure, and then we're jumping up to like 100%, on that last measure, really trying to drive that home to get into the solo.